All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Space Coast Real Estate Spotlight. Today, we are joined by two ladies that are not just friends and business partners, but amazing property managers here in Brevard County. We have Jennifer Marin, broker and property manager with Real Estate Direct, and Lyndsey Neel, realtor and property manager with Real Estate Direct. Let's start the show. Come on. There we go. All right. So it is Thursday. How are you guys doing today?
Awesome. Yes.
Good. So I want to start by just talking about some of the recognition, the awards, the accolades that you two have gotten over the past couple of years. I know you've been voted best in Brevard, best on the Space Coast. Tell us what you've earned and why you think that you've earned those things.
Well, so we have for the past 3 years in a row, we've been awarded best property management company in Melbourne. There are just in Melbourne 128 property management companies, and we've been voted the best 3 years in a row. We're going for a fourth. Mm-hmm. And this past year, we were voted best property management company on the Space Coast. Again, going for another round. So hopefully this year we'll win it again.
All right. So voting's open right now, right?
Mm-hmm. The nominations are open right now, and then I'm not sure when voting starts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We'll let everybody know. Don't worry, Nate.
Oh, sure. Awesome. Okay, cool. So what do you think makes Real Estate Direct property management different? What makes you stand apart?
So for us, it's really that we are a small property management company as far as we're not, it's just us. We are going to be there from start to finish with the owners. We're not going to have a maintenance coordinator, a tenant coordinator. Really, if you speak with us from the beginning, you're going to talk to me and Jennifer and Debbie at the front desk. And we're really hands-on. And a lot of people like that because you know who you're speaking to. You can reach out to me and I'm going to know what is happening. So, that's a big thing. We have a lot of vendors that we work closely with. We're not just outsourcing to anyone. So I think for me, that's a big thing that most of our owners and tenants like.
What about you? For sure. Yeah.
All right. So you mentioned your vendors. How do you go through deciding who your vendors are going to be? Like, do you have a process? Do you have a vetting system? What does that look like?
Yeah, so most of our vendors have been with us for years. We're super picky, like with picking tenants. We're super picky on picking vendors. They have to be organized. They pretty much have to go through an interview process with us. They typically work on our personal homes before we send them out in the wild to our tenants. But they know they have to contact the tenants within 24 hours to schedule. We're not babysitting them. So if it's a tenant or if it's a vendor that we have to babysit, they're not working for us. They have to service the product, and they also have to have us on their insurance. So if, they cancel their insurance, we're notified.
All right.
We literally do have an interview process, by the way. They come in and meet with us first. So.
Sure. So I think that's important, right? You want to make sure that you have faith in that person, that they've done work for you and you would sign off on them doing work for your clients. And how do you go about the tenant process as well? I know there's a lot of different ways that people can rent houses. Why would if I decided to rent a house, instead of just renting it from my neighbor down the road that's renting it on his own, why would I want to go through the process as a tenant of going through the property management field rather than just by owner, if you will?
Oh, that's a fantastic question. Honestly, we tell people whenever we're showing properties to potential applicants, we tell them, do check reviews on the company that you're going to be renting from, because there's a lot of companies out there that don't have great reviews. I see it all the time on these Facebook sites, people complaining about the company they're renting from, their landlord. So I think that's a big thing, even if the property is $25 more per month, knowing that things are going to be getting taken care of and there is a respectful, property management company that they're renting from, I think that's huge.
So as a tenant, if I am renting a property or leasing a property that you are the property managers on, do I know going in that if I have an issue with, say, the dishwasher, that I can call and I have the expectation that it's going to be resolved? Or
Dang straight,
Absolutely,
Nate.
yes.
and so that's an advantage versus going to Bob down the road, who's been my neighbor and now wants to get into the investment business. I mean, he may tell me he doesn't want to replace the dishwasher, or, hey, I don't have the money to replace the dishwasher. So there's an advantage as a tenant to also working with rentals and leases that are done with property managers versus just the guy on down the road, right?
Yeah, for sure. And we're also going to get things fixed as quickly as possible because we want to keep that tenant happy. We want that relationship with the tenants. We want to keep them happy. And if it's not fixed quickly, then we're not happy with our vendors. So happy tenants equal long-lasting tenants.
Makes sense.
That's also something with the owners too. You mentioned about them not wanting to fix things. That's a big thing that we talk to them about when we meet with them. We make sure that they know that this is something that we expect of them. They're going to have to make necessary repairs. So all of our owners are aware of that.
So speaking of your owners, if I have rental properties and I'm interested in branching out, and maybe I've got too many now to really keep my eye on and take care of, what is the advantage to me going to a property management company versus just trying to hire my nephew to help me manage my investment portfolio, my real estate portfolio?
Well, Nate, I'm sure your nephew is not up to date on all the Florida landlord tenant laws and maybe fair housing laws. So we pretty much act as the owner's insurance policy, really, if that's the way I think of it.
Okay. So what does that mean? Like, as a owner of a property, if I go to Real Estate Direct and I say, I want you to manage this property for me, can you just give me a high level or detailed explanation on the things that I can expect that I'm taking off my plate that you're going to manage for me?
Yeah, everything.
Everything but collecting the rent.
Yeah.
Everything. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that the owner's getting is his portion of the rent in his bank account every month.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. And you're handling everything else.
We handle everything. We do contact the owner for if there's an emergency that they should be aware of, or, if there's a major repair, like an AC needs to be replaced. Obviously, we need to get approval for that on a price over a certain amount. So that's whenever we are contacting the owner.
That's awesome. So you make it basically pain-free, hassle-free, stress-free for the owner of the property, knowing that they're putting all of their trust and faith in you for, a small amount every month to take care of that for them. And then they can focus on the bigger, better things, maybe getting more real estate and giving you more opportunities to manage more properties.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay. So as somebody that's in the real estate business, but not on the sales side, more on the finance side, I'm curious, how do you and your owners connect, or how do you find the tenants as well? Like, what's the process for, first of all, you finding the owners that are going to work with you and hire you to manage their properties?
I would say the majority of our calls that come into the office are from our reviews. Mostly they saw us on Google or Yelp. A lot of them are realtor referrals. We work great with other real estate companies as a resource for property management. They need somebody trusted that they can hand over their clients to. They're going to take good care of them. So we will, like I said, we work great with other real estate companies who don't do property management. We offer a great realtor referral fee. We pay $250 per account that we sign up, and we give that client back to that agent. Even though we're realtors ourselves, we're going to give that client back to that agent if their client decides to buy or sell that property or buy more properties. And we also take them out for our advertising platform.
That's pretty awesome. So you're saying that the majority of your business comes from people finding you because of your high reviews, your great feedback, and then the realtor referral program as well. Is that right?
Absolutely.
How do the tenants connect with you? When you have a owner that's now given you, the task of managing their property, how do you bring the tenants to that property? Is it similar to listing it on MLS? What does that look like?
It's basically the same thing for the tenants. We put everything out on the MLS. So a lot of times, to be honest, our tenants do come from other agents, and we do the application process. We make sure that they have to bring an application in to meet Debbie because we want to make sure that they're going to be a good fit for the property. We do also put it out on another site that outsources it to 40 other websites.
Oh, wow.
So and then we're advertising it on our social media as much as we can, because we know right now for a lot of people, social media is where they go for everything. You ask questions, you look for referrals, you look for houses to buy. So we try to make sure that it's out there as much as possible.
Yeah. We've also had tenants that come back to us. So they're renting from us, they move for a certain reason. They will come back to us. We've had quite a few repeat tenants, just either, hey, you guys treated us so great, we want to come back and rent from you. That's happened on quite a few occasions.
Oh, that's awesome. I hadn't thought of that, but that's actually a pretty cool thing.
Yeah.
All right. So is there anything else that I should know as someone that doesn't really understand the property management business that I should know? Is there anything that I haven't asked you that you want to make sure that we get out?
I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, we have a lot of information. Our day changes on a daily basis of what we're dealing with. But I think just knowing, being able to send somebody, I mean, even for you, Nate, if somebody's purchasing a rental property, hey, are you going to be self-managing this? Do you need a contact to a trusted, property management company? So just for us getting in front of realtors, lenders, people who are working with the buyer, that's always a great referral for us, even just to come in and help educate them. Even if they don't sign up with us, it's fine. We just want to help educate them to hopefully keep them out of any legal trouble.
Yeah, and that's awesome. I think that's a key thing right there, is the fact that you're taking some of that burden on for the layperson that doesn't know real estate law and property management law. I wouldn't know what to do. So when I have my real estate portfolio, I'm definitely going to work with property managers, because I, first of all, don't have time and energy to mess around with that sort of thing, but I don't really know how to do it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. So I'm going to ask both of you a question that we ask everybody that comes on the show. And that is, if you had one thing that you just love about working and living on the Space Coast, what is that one thing for you?
I think for me, living here on the Space Coast, there's always something to do. There's always something going on. And if you don't think there's anything here to do, you can go drive and find something. We're so close to everywhere. I love working here just because of the way the market is. It's always going to be great with all the jobs coming in and out. So, I mean, why wouldn't you want to live here?
Sure.
Yeah.
How about you, Lindsay?
So the part about working here is definitely the same thing. It's just always changing. Even when you see dips in the market, other places, we really don't have that because it's so busy here. The part about living here that's good is, I mean, there's a lot of history in the making currently and from the past that we can look back on, like having kids here. There's so much stuff that we can bring them around and they can learn and experience living here. So that's really the biggest thing. I grew up here, so it's nothing here is different to me. I'm not really sure about the extras other than we live where most people vacation. So
That's true.
yes.
That's true. Well, that's awesome. All right. So what would somebody do if they wanted to get in touch with you to ask questions about property management? Maybe they want to get into investing and they don't really know where to start. What's the best way for somebody to reach out and talk to you guys?
Yeah, so they can call our office. I'm not sure if you're going to put it up there or not, but the office number is 321-254-0688. We also have a contact form on our website, which is realestatedirect.net.
Realestatedirect.net. Okay, awesome. Well, I want to thank both of you, first of all, for this awesome shirt that you gave me.
You look great.
Wearing it every day.
It's my favorite shirt on you, Nate.
For sure. But thanks so much for taking time out of your day this morning to talk to us about Real Estate Direct, property management here on the Space Coast, and for us to learn a little bit more about what it is that you do.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it. Take care.
Bye.